live here? Okay. Hope this mic is on. Hold on, let me just double check. Okay. Yeah. I think the mic's plugged in and everything. Okay, so going live here because I had a good question from a viewer. And sorry, again, all the glare from the computer and my glasses, but so basically, this came from the Post Color blog, and I saw your question yesterday, and I figured let me just answer with the video instead of typing a very, very long response. So it says, Mike, I am really looking to get this camera, and he's talking about the JVC Ls300. P.S. Thanks for the follow-up. Oh, kind of ignore that part. Anyway, can I ask you mostly what you shoot? What makes you want this over the GH5, for example? I think the VSM is an incredible feature in the prime zoom. Do you use the handle for the mics, and if so, what's your configuration there? Sorry for all the questions. Haha. Answer if you choose at your leisure. So here we are. I'm going to answer you right now. Thanks for the question. It's a really good question. And by the way, this is Dave Andre. Right? I believe that's your last name. I checked out your channel. He has a very good channel where he talks all about like color correction and things like that. So go ahead and check his channel out. That's the Post Color blog, and I'll probably put it in the description at the end. But check that out. But I'm gonna answer your question. So it's funny you asked that because I was just talking to my wife about the fact that I was shooting a wedding this past Saturday, and that's to answer your first question. What do I mostly shoot? I mostly shoot weddings, but I don't only shoot weddings. I also shoot some commercials, like local commercials, and just random things, man. Sometimes I get hired to shoot seminars, just a little bit of everything. So, but for the most part, a lot of my business comes from weddings. And why I chose something like this over the GH5? Well, first of all, when I first bought the JVC Ls300, the GH5 I don't think was even out yet, if I'm not mistaken, because I've had it for some time now, and I don't think there was a GH5. There was still the GH4, but no GH5. And honestly, I like having, like you mentioned the top handle. I really do like having a top handle. It makes a big difference to just be able to grab the camera like this and go. Also, you can use it to get lower angle shots. It allows you to kind of hold the camera like this, kind of tight to your body. There's a lot of things that the handle does. But of course, one of the other things you mentioned that the handle does is it gives you the audio controls. So you can turn the audio up and down. You can plug in different microphones, of course, because you got XLR. So you can plug in 2 different microphones. And my configuration with this is usually I'm using the Saramonic UW Mic 10 unit, which honestly I can get to my closet and kind of show you, but that goes right here on the top. Let me just get it. It's right there. So give me 2 seconds. I'm watching not being in the place where I think it should be. Oh, there's no mic. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh. I'm here. Okay. Sorry. All right, so let's plug this back in. Let's get the mic back on because that would be embarrassing. Okay. Get this mic back on. Without this, you won't be able to hear me, right? Well, we lost our windscreen, but we don't need it because we're not outside. That's okay. So basically what I'm doing is I'm hooking this thing up to the top, via the XLR, and I'm plugging in. And then what's nice is that you can still you can plug in your wireless pack, and then you can still have your shotgun if you want. Now I know that with the GH5 you can get that you can get the XLR attachment. However, the difference with that XLR attachment as opposed to this one is it doesn't give you a handle, and also there's no place to put a shotgun. There's no shotgun mount. The shotgun mount is nice because now, like I said, I can mount this, so I can mount my receiver pack for my wireless system to the top, and it doesn't come with this, the JVC, but I added this because it was a quarter 20. I add this to it, and now I can put a light on this as well. Or actually, I put the light on the front, and then I swap this to the back. So now you can have a light and your receiver pack and a shotgun. So it just gives you a lot of versatility that a smaller mirrorless camera just cannot give you. So that's one of the reasons why I like this. That's not to say I don't like the GH5, and we're going to get into that as well. I'm going to talk about that too. But another reason too, just going into it, this thing right here might be a little hard for you to see, but that thing right there, those are ND filters. And I'm sure you've done the research on this camera, so you know it comes with that. Obviously, that's not in a GH5, a GH4, but you can put a matte box on the front of your lens, or you can put a variable ND and just screw it on the front of your lens. That's one way to get around that. But this one just has it built in, so you're not going to forget it. And you don't need step down rings when you're switching lenses and all this. It's just it becomes a kind of a pain when you're doing the stuff with mirrorless cameras. And then of course you have a lot of extra buttons and switches, dedicated buttons and switches for things, all types of buttons in here. That makes a big difference as well. And then we can go into also the other thing that I like about the JVC that you mentioned was the VSM, which is variable scan mapping, and that basically allows you to put whatever lens you want on this. So it comes with the Super 35 sensor, but you can shrink down the size of the sensor, and that's what the variable scale mapping is. You can tell the camera shrink down a little bit so that you can use different size lenses that are smaller. That's a huge deal to me. And then the prime zoom function you mentioned, which I use all the time, especially when shooting weddings, allows you to zoom in and out even with the prime lens. And when you're using a zoom lens, it just gives you a little extra zoom, and it does so without losing image quality. And again, it's using the same technology. It's cropping down the sensor to zoom in and out. And then on top of that, of course, you have a zoom rocker that allows you to get smooth zoom pulls in and out with the camera itself. And you can control the speed of it too. You can use the one at the top, and you can go from low, high, medium, and make it, different speeds when you zoom in and out. So that's just to name a few of the functions that I like in something like the JVC Ls300, and not necessarily just this camera, just video cameras in general give you a lot of this added feature, a lot of these added features that you just don't really get with a mirrorless or DSLR camera. But with that being said, like I said, it's funny that you asked me that question because I was just talking to my wife about it because I was thinking about maybe getting the GH5 because I already have a GH4, right? And I like this. This is like my B camera when I'm at a wedding. This is the one that's on the tripod. Sometimes I'll throw this one on the monopod and get some detail shots. But most of the time I'm using the JVC to get most of the footage, even the detail shots, everything. I just use that camera the most. But what I like about this is that even though it is smaller and it lacks buttons and features and controls in some areas, it's still smaller and it's lighter, and that makes a big difference to me as well. As you can see, I mean, I'm pretty young. I'm not that old of a guy, but I don't know if you can hear my baby screaming in the background, but anyway, it's distracting me. But oh man, yeah. See, when you have a home office, it's hard. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get all that distraction from the kids and whatnot. But anyway, what the heck was I saying? I don't remember what the hell was I just saying? And basically, what I was thinking is the GH5 and the GH4 together, those are two smaller cameras need weight. It's like my Wi-Fi is dropping in and out. It's really annoying. Apologize about that. So it might be cutting in a little bit in and out, but I'm done pretty much. So anyway, one of the benefits of having something like a GH5 is that you're gonna save in weight. It weighs a lot less. Not only that, it does have a lot more features, I would say, than a Jvc Ls300. There's more shooting modes. The 4K obviously is gonna be better. We know that the Panasonic cameras create some like stunning images, so you don't need to really worry about that. You're gonna get your money's worth, and it can shoot 4K 60p internally to a card, which you cannot do with the JVC LS300. But you still can shoot 4K at 24 and 30, so it's not bad. And my son is at the door. Come on, man. Anyway, so there you go. So there are some reasons why. Hi, baby. Hi.
Where do those lights come from?
Where's the what?
Where did those lights come from?
Where the lights come from? Daddy turned them on so I can shoot this video.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Be careful. Don't trip over the light, please. Watch the kid. Sorry.
This is like a bell.
Can you put that down? Thank you. Is your nose clean?
Yeah.
I was gonna put you on camera, but if you're looking filthy, you know what I mean? Can't really get on camera. You got little crusties in the nose, so. But you can see him from afar. You know, it's my son. He's always disturbing. All right. So anyway, that's about it. So.
No, Mommy.
All right, he's leaving. Yeah, I'm done. I mean, yeah, I'm done. All right, goodbye. Hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for asking your question. It was a great question. Check out his channel if you haven't already. Like I said, let me just say what it is again. The Post Color Blog. That's Dave at the Post Color Blog. Thank you for your question. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. I'm sorry that this video went kind of long. I was planning for it to be about 4 or 5 minutes, and we're at the 12-minute mark. Goodbye.